Hi, ABG 100. This is Neo here, and I've watched some of your Kiriko VOD. So I want to talk to you about something that will just immediately increase a lot of your value on Kiriko, and that's making sure you throw in damage shots in between your healing. So when you do a full clip of heals, throw in 2 damage shots, and then by that time your heal is reloading. So you're getting more value than just constantly holding healing, because we have downtime when we're doing this. If you're heal and then shoot, we decrease our amount of downtime and we increase our uptime. One important thing to also note is if you use all of your kunai, the pattern becomes heal, reload, and then heal again. And you want to make sure you fully reload because there's not a good like cancel for Kiriko. And then even if you are missing your shots here, putting in this extra damage is really important. So let's say, like, let's pretend this is a Widow and we're just missing her just a little bit. It's still creating pressure because now she can't strafe over here because we are putting this pressure down in between our heal shots. So this will create a lot of immediate value in terms of like, oh, okay, I'm now forcing extra damage down this lane. I could be actually putting in really good damage if I'm hitting headshots, because Kiriko does a ridiculous amount of damage when she does headshots. And so while we're watching this, I really want you to think about, like, could I also be doing damage while I'm doing this healing? Okay? So I haven't watched this whole thing, but I've watched quite a bit of it. It is Numbani.
Ready for battle. Understood. 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Okay. So looking at our comp, our other healer is Ana. So like right here, heal and get those damage shots in. I wouldn't drop the high ground. You want to kind of stay up there because we could still see the ram if we were there. Nice try on the cleanse. I'd wall climb back up. That's okay. Just don't forget you have wall climb. Yeah, try not to. I like this. Good job. Try and stay on the high ground more. I like the wall climb. Yeah, you can't help him. He's gone. You can get some damage shots in on the Rhine though. Nice. So just try to really avoid giving up high ground until they force you to. It's really easy for you to hide if you're on high ground, and it's very hard for them to get to you, or they'll use resources to try and get to you if you're on high ground. Especially against a Rhine. Beautiful. Exactly what I'm talking about with the heal, shoot. Just do it in the first part of the fight too. Always think, could I be shooting here as well? Nice. Ooh, nice. I'd even TP to him because that's a pretty good spot for you to be in. Oh, TP to Ana, or nice try. A little bit slow, but it was still a very nice try. So I want us to wall climb and take high ground again. Nice shot. Because now this tracer will have a much easier time trying to get to us. It'd be much harder if we're on the high ground. So wall climb either left or behind you and get back up there. Yeah, we could be a lot more aggressive. Even though Ana's down, we have 2 abilities that really help us get out. So I'd be like where your Ashe is. I wouldn't necessarily be where your Genji is, but it's not the worst thing. Don't TP in though, just walk in. Wall climb and walk.
The sunlight soothes.
Nice. Wall climb this. Nice try. You can still wall climb it though. Nice. Shoot the Mei. Yeah, even between that little shots when you're healing the Ana, you can still try and get damage shots in on the Mei. Even if you can't necessarily get 2 kunai in, just getting in the good habit of like heal, shoot, or even just heal, shoot, heal. 2 is really ideal, so really get into that pattern of heal, shoot. I feel like you're almost there. This is fine because there's no one for you to shoot, but this is very nice. I was taking high ground. Like, it's very, very easy for them to collapse on us, especially on Rhine and Junk. If we're on the ground, it's much, much harder if we're up higher. So either to your left or to your right, take either of those high grounds. Coach Kobe doxed, stopped playing. This is fine. I want to take in the high ground. Nice. very good not using your cleanse there. This has to be longer, right? Okay, you said to do a really short one. This is all fine, but I was doing some damage shots on the Rhine as well. I really, really want us, like... At this elo, people... You can, like, abuse this high ground or this high ground back here. Because if you were here, you can shoot down this lane and look over there. And then if somebody pressures you, you could TP straight to Ana. You could try and TP to Ashe, and then you could wall climb back up here. And then you could be here and healing on point if the fight ever rotates to point. So I would say at this point, I would either be here or I would be here looking down here, because we can still, like, heal the ram from this position or this position and get in some damage shots. Like, Kiriko, the reason why she is so strong is not just her survivability with both of her cooldowns, it's also her damage potential. She has a 3 times multiplier on headshots, and I'm pretty sure that's the highest one in the game. Very good. This is all very nice. Everyone is just shooting. Ana is like enough healing to heal the tank, so we don't need to worry about that. We can just be an extra DPS unless the tank hits critical, and then we are the other support. I was reloading. Nice. Okay, we're being cautious. Work on your wall climbing. This has been at least twice now that I've seen you fail on it, and it's like the right thing. Like, you should go and wall climb up there. Very nice. Your Ana might be pressured, so be careful. I want to shooting the junk. Nice. Yeah, just more uptime. More uptime.
My brother wasted too much of his life teaching you.
So I like watching replays where people think they did good, because if I watch one where you think you did bad and I say something and you're like, oh, I know that makes sense. I should have done that. I could have figured that out myself and done better. So I really like watching things where people feel like they played well, because this is like, okay, well, I feel like I did the best I could do. What does somebody else think who plays this hero at a higher elo than me think? So that's why I chose to watch this good one. I think I still might watch the bad one because there's not too much to actually see here, and it's kind of the same notes. But I'm trying to explain why I didn't, and why I think you should almost always submit a good VOD, because I think that people can watch it back on a bad one and be like, oh, I could have figured that out. Like, I know I didn't do well there. I know I didn't do that correctly. But if we watch a good one, that'll get you more information. So I want us trying to get some damage shots in here too. I like us not peeking the Bastion, but even for like shooting the shield, even if we get a little cheeky and peek, like taking damage isn't the worst thing here. I like this. Just be cautious about the ram. I think we could have been a lot more greedy. Like, stay in there until he hits critical, or you hit critical, one or the other, and then TP to him. I like this. I like that he got the mega. He didn't need that. Just because you see somebody get a knocked back with an ability or something, like, he's completely full health, so that way you can save it to a moment he hits critical, especially when we're against a Bastion, a Torb, and a Brig. So, damage shots. Heal, shoot. If we have health, our HP is also a resource. So it's one thing if you're just in that angle when you're at 50 HP, but it's another thing when you're at 200. So you can peek and take some damage and then heal, and then go back to that position. That was a little unneeded. It saved Suzu for somebody being critical, or critical and anti. See, like, imagine if you had it right here. Although I want us shooting the enemy ram, or the enemy Sigma here, or the Brig. Very nice. We can shoot him still. Heal, shoot. Nice try. I like that one. I want to seeping to the ram. Nice. So I want to take in the top right high ground right now, because that'll give us some free damage shots. They have no one up there. It's really easy for us to get up there with wall climb. Arana's going over that way, so we know that we can do this damage. I like this cleanse. It was needed. Like, stand up on top of the bus here. Don't be afraid to utilize wall climb.
Let the Kitsune
is good. I want a shooting though. Shoot, 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 shoot. Nice. Cleanse. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Cleanse. Oh, somebody just took damage like right above you. Yeah, in that fight, we're not shooting enough kunai. And that's what I'm saying at the very beginning is I really want you to also look at this with the lens of like, oh, I could have done that and I would be doing the exact same amount of healing that I'm outputting and I would be doing damage because I've watched your shots. You're hitting headshots. That's 120 damage with Kiriko. We just need to increase that uptime. I want you, especially at this elo, people underutilize high ground, so I want us being greedy with high grounds. And you can play very, very aggressively with Kiriko in ladder play. Like, just take it and go for it. Go for 1v1s. Because if it gets too dicey, you have 2 cooldowns that can help you get out, and they probably don't have any. It's unfortunate.
Soothing your wounds.
10 seconds. Destroy that turret.
So it's been several days since you posted this code, and so I'm pretty sure your losing streak has changed. But I do think that we could have turned the fight right around here. If we were just shooting more, we definitely could have won this fight. And I do think that our impact in particular could have greatly helped this fight.
My gift to you.
Like getting this extra damage on the Sig could have been big. Yeah. And then I think this next push was also okay, and we could have tried that. This one. If we were shooting a lot more, I think this could have been big. This fight actually way more than the last one. Our impact in particular could have really turned this fight. These are hard shots, but like hitting the Mercy there wouldn't have been too bad. We could have been in a little bit more to try and heal the Ram. Sucks that he died while we had Suzu as well. So this game was very winnable in my opinion. I do think your team misplayed a bit, but I'm talking about personal impact. We're gonna watch a little bit of the bad code, just a little. And I think it's gonna be probably very similar notes, so we're just gonna skim through it. I'm just gonna pick a random fight in the middle, and then we'll go there.
Ready for battle.
Okay. Okay, we're dead. So let's see here. Let's watch this fight. Okay, well, this is winnable. So one thing about Kiriko is, especially in this position where I do think it's winnable, I think we should, and I say it's winnable because we've taken out their tank. I don't have a full gauge of this situation, but I see that we have Zarya and Moira alive and their tank is completely gone, and then we could have seen earlier that the sim is also gone, so this is about to be a 3v3 when you go in. With Kiriko, you can hold your swift step input, your TP input, and the second you get within range, you will do the ability. And if your tank is critical like this, I think it's a good call to just TP in, and then I don't think necessarily Suzu immediately, but we can gauge how their health is actually, because if they're at half HP like they are now, just a full clip of heals is enough. But if they're like really low HP and we see that as soon as we TP in, then we can Suzu, and that provides a lot of like kind of a burst in vulnerability, and it provides like burst healing. So I'd be holding shift here just to go to the Zarya. We know they don't have cleanse. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I think she definitely was savable from our side. So just, this is what I'm saying though. Heal, shoot, shoot. So because we didn't do that second clips of heals, our Zarya dies. Kiriko isn't heal mode, damage mode. Kiriko is both at the same time. Nice. Now the Bastion is back. I want to try and TP out so we can hold the directional, the Swift Step input and try and like just swirl our mouse around. The second that we see our Moira go out, right about there actually before this. So we get this kill and then we see our Moira and we see the Bastion on wheels. And Moira TP's out, I would go with her. The walls are down, so it's gonna be a lot easier for the Bastion to hit us, and then Moira is not really there to support us, so that's why we died. So again, we can hold the Swift Step to go and input. Yeah, just pre-hold it and then just kind of look around as you're coming back from spawn. We should probably Fox right here. It's fine. It would have been the bad call actually, but I didn't watch the kill fam stuff. So I wanted shooting like the Bastion here, just putting some pressure on him so he doesn't feel so comfortable to stare down that high ground. Even then, like here, shooting the Bastion to get that. As soon as this Rein comes in, we want to Fox. So right about here, I'd Fox where the Rein is. Like they are fully committed. And this will provide a lot of like anti-pressure to punish the fact that they've committed this hard. Yeah, so if we foxed where I said, if we foxed right about here, they are now pushing into a sped boosted team. Like a very high speed, high damage team, and they are fully committed. So even if we just fox down here, down to main, it'll be very good for us, because they are punished for committing. Versus here, we don't do it, and we're kind of just trying to get further and further away from a brawl comp, which is very hard to do. So the Rein can kind of just walk into our team, and we're not going to provide enough damage as a team to stop him. We could also fox. I mean, we're down 3 now, so this is rough. It's just you and Zarya. But when you see a team like fully commit into you guys like that, you can try and fox to counter it. I do find a lot at this elo that people don't ult enough. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say and watch on this one. And I think I've given you like a pretty good overview on how to like increase your value on Kiriko, and I really want you to get it ingrained into you. Heal, shoot, because even if you're missing your shots, like even if you're hitting only body shots, extra 40 damage can be a lot. Putting pressure down a lane is a lot, because it makes it harder for them to push into you because you're doing this. And not only that, the other Kirikos in this elo probably aren't doing that, so you just immediately kind of like boost up yourself. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know, and bye.